we've come on another walk today. We are back at Glenbranta, which is where we were in my first Scotland vlog, but we're following a different path, this time a waterfall path, which has been beautiful. That is the sun coming through the trees on my face there. The sun was not shining when we set off, and now it is, and now I'm melting because I did not dress appropriately. But honestly, it's just so green and gorgeous and lush everywhere you look. It's just absolutely beautiful. No matter where we seem to go at the moment, it is just stunning. Let me turn the camera around and you can see it's just beautiful. You alright, Eli?
It's really cool.
The bridge is a bit bouncy, isn't it? Woo!
This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin.
Confess your sins, boy.
Did you or did you not eat my last slice of cake?
Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today is a good day to live. This morning has so clear a light as any to see the horizon in the far. Excuses were 2 for a penny, but they've all gone out the window of this car. And when I feel the wind on my face.
So it's a couple of days later. First of all, I seem to have cut my chin and I don't know what on, so ignore all of that. Secondly, apologies because it has been a few days since I've done a reading update and I have actually read 2 books. So I finished She Who Became the Sun. I think it was fairly obvious from my last few updates that I just really wasn't enjoying it. When I went on to Goodreads, I saw that not only had it been compared to the Song of Achilles, but it had also been compared to Mulan. Now Mulan and the Song of Achilles are 2 of my absolute all-time favourite things, and although I can see the resemblance between Mulan and this book because our main character identifies as a man for much of the book, as in she takes her brother's place, the Song of Achilles reference, I have said this countless times, I just didn't see it. It didn't have the character connection, it didn't have the raw and gritty themes that Song of Achilles has for me. I didn't like the way that the plot and the character story arcs skipped along at such a rapid pace, and it really lacked depth, and I gave it 2 stars. And I may, on reflection, alter that. Did I judge it harshly because I was expecting something and the book didn't meet my expectations? Possibly. Is it just a case that it wasn't a book for me? Also possibly. I think that if you like plots that move quickly and you're not so bothered about connections with your characters, and you like books, because our main character in this book is not only an anti-hero, well, they're not an anti-hero, they are quite possibly the villain. They're very ruthless, they do some things that are very questionable, and there are some darker sides to this story in the pursuit of them getting what they decide they want from their lives, then you might enjoy this. But for me, it lacked the depth that I would typically look for in this type of novel. And as I say, it might be that I'm judging it harshly because I was expecting something better, or my expectations were different, I don't know. But yeah, didn't really enjoy that. Then I read and listened to and flew through The Prison Doctor by Dr. Amanda Brown. So this is a memoir based on Dr. Amanda Brown's experience in some of the UK's most notorious prisons, and it was really, really interesting. I rated it 4 stars. I absolutely gobbled it up. It begins when Amanda is just shy of her 50th birthday, and she has worked as a GP in her own practice for a number of years. And then the rules in 2004, the rules changed so that GPs would receive a base salary and they would get bonuses based on meeting certain factors. So for example, keeping appointment times to 10 minutes, only discussing one thing, asking certain questions. And that isn't the way that doctors had typically operated. It certainly wasn't the way that Dr. Amanda Brown had operated, and she found that it was going to be too difficult for her. So she walked away from this practice that she had built up, pretty sure she says for the last 30 years, but I might be slightly wrong on that. She walks away from it and she decides to take a job as a prison doctor, and she starts off in a juvenile facility. Then she moves to Wormwood Scrubs, which is one of the biggest male prisons in the UK. And at the end of the book, she is in, what's it called? Bronze, I can't remember what it's called, Bronze something, which is one of the biggest female prisons in the UK. And it was just very interesting. It was just very insightful. I think because of the job that I do, and I work with some of the most underprivileged people in the area where we live, and I see the difficulties that they face, and I see the way that so many elements of their lives are stacked against them. This just really resonated because for a lot of the stories that she relates, you can see that the odds are stacked against these people, and although they may want to change their lot in life, although they may want to improve their circumstances, they really struggle to do that. Some of them not so much, but for some of them, you know, you really, really felt for their situations, and you could feel the hopelessness that a lot of them experienced. Is Dr. Amanda Brown an author? No. Does that come across quite clearly in her telling of the stories? Yes. But reading it as a non-fiction, reading it purely as a way of getting more information on this topic, I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. So I finished that. Now I'm debating what to pick up next. I am really tempted to go for The Martian because, as I said earlier on in the vlog, it is a book that has embarrassingly been on and off my TBR for the longest time, and I really just need to get it read. But I'm going to sit on it for a little bit before I pick anything else up. But yeah, quite pleased that with the finishing of these 2 books, I have now read 3 books on holiday, and we still have 3.5 days to go. So feeling very good about that.
All that ever was is alright. Tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's gotta give. Today is a good day. Today and not gotta give today is a good